The Sultanate of Oman is a place of natural beauty and home to some of the most stunning landscapes in the Arabian Peninsula. Oman is known for its archaeological wonders of ancient walled cities and forts to modern Islamic architectural mosques. Oman remains rich in history and culture, creating a perfect balance of ancient heritage and modernity. In the deserts of Oman, the man's best friend is a camel. Originally used as an integral part of caravans of travel and trade for centuries. But times have changed now. In the midst of rapid modernization, have camels lost their importance? Follow the footsteps of 3 individuals to know the significance of this magnificent animal in today's society.
Camels, they were really important. The Hajj was done on camel. They were coming from Baghdad all the way because Zubaydah, the wife of Harun al-Rashid, she created all the khans from Baghdad to Mecca and Medina. And that was all on camel. Oman is very famous for their pure blood Asal camel. The original origin from all these camels, even if they're from the Emirates, they are from Oman. They don't like mixed camels. They try to avoid mixing. At the moment I have 4 camels. They are partly Saudi, partly mixed with Emirati camels, and I have 1 Omani camel. I'm proud to say. My whole life I love animals, and I felt that camels were something that I could identify myself with, which is very strange, but camels have an own frame of mind, and perhaps I have that too. I bought my first camel in 1997. That was Zubaydah. She's my first camel.
I'm just HSC officer. I deal with health, safety, environment. But during weekend, I'm always here in Adam, in my husband. You can see the camels where I am. And I'm happy during weekend to come from across 200 kilometers until here and then stay with my camels within 2 days. Quite happy. She smelled I'm sick. And she came, I stayed in my tent. She come to my tent and she sit at my tent and kept crying. She smelled, kept crying until I became well. When I came well, she was okay. So she know if you're sick, she can feel you're sick. Looking at them is not difficult. It's only you have to give them food. You have to give them food. Like myself here, now the camels are here. Usual morning from 6 o'clock, 6:30, we open them, they go. And then by 11 o'clock, they're already here. Sometimes they stay until 5 o'clock, but I have already trained my camel. 11 o'clock, you should be here. They come. They travel around 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, and they come. If you give them morning food and you leave them, they go and eat grass, they find themselves grasses. You teach them 5 o'clock, they feed. 5 o'clock they are here, they get their feed. They know the timing, and they know their places. Especially when they have got a baby, they go and feed themselves, eat and everything, and they'll remember, oh, I've got baby to feed them. They'll see the mother which is having a kid, they come before the other camels. I've got 7 camels which are pregnant, 3 they already delivery, and others still. Reason is camel it carry their babies for 1 year, 12 months, 1 year sharp. I have got 2 camels which is pregnant just now around 1 month. If I go closer, you will see the tail bring them up. So when she brings the tail up and just up, and she told you, I'm pregnant, please be away from me. And that is the sign of pregnancy. So there is indication between them and between a human being. Empty quotas where I had planned to go, either I have to plan to go to Nezwa or I go to Bdia and I go everywhere. But since 2-3 years now we started sync of the camels, and that is, we call it Hida of Sahara, which is, it has been done by Camel magazine, and we done it now 3 years in sand dune of Bdia or Sharqiya sand dune. And we do it 4 days, and it worked now 30 years. It was very good, impressive of it. The traditional, they usually come either from Sham, Syria, Saudi Arabia, they bring items to Adam, or from Yemen, from Salalah, they bring Alban to Adam, and people, they come from Nezwa, they come from Sharqiya, they come from Dakhliya to Adam to buy their things. And that is traditional of traveling camels during the past. And traditional is there traditional. Until today is there traditional. Only we have to put effort on it to bring the heritage back. Now, most of the camels, they're using it in beauty, and they use it in racing, and they use it in the milking. And this is a competition, how much kilos they'll bring a milky, or how the beautiful of the camel. And now, alhamdulillah, if you go to Bdia, if you go to Al-Batna, there are rider camels, they're riding camels, and the tourist people, when they come, they like to travel with the camels, and they like to camp with the camels around of it. So the future of the camel, inshallah, it will be very good.
Today, camels are used as farm animals and a major source of tourist attraction.
Camel is for me a bit of a foreign animal. I'm not grown up with camels. In Holland we have cows and horses and sheep and goats, some, but no camels except for in the zoo, so they're exotic for me. I was 2 years in Oman and I visited camel races that I never saw before. It wasn't even races like on the race course. Arda means performance or show, so it's more a show than anything else. That's the objective, to show your skills and techniques, and I think it's a whole image of how to handle your camel and how to ride it that is important. What I see is that people handle their camels in different ways. That some people handle the camels like they are camel whisperers, while other men need a stick and need some violence and need some action to control the camel in a more violent way. So I saw differences in approach. There were so many things going on at the same time. There were people very busy with camels, and the mix of a lot of energy and action, and people just being quiet, waiting or talking to each other and shaking hands and greeting each other. That captivated me immediately. I don't think they will lose the importance soon, because it's a very symbolic animal for the Arab countries with a long history. As long as this kind of events like Camel Arda are registered at the UNESCO list of intangible heritage, and I think it will be preserved for the coming generations. The Arab culture in general is very proud on what the camels have brought and what the camels still can do for the culture, for the country.
The century-old tradition of camel racing is still popular, where the winners of the race receive expensive prizes, including large amount of cash. These events help in keeping the camel culture alive in a region that is modernizing rapidly.
They helped me survive from breast cancer. I drank their milk. Later I learned how much more powerful than I thought the milk was. So when you have chemo treatment and you have radiation, your body gets big hits. You cannot digest food very well. You have to steam most of your food. You cannot eat salads, for instance. It's not good. But if you don't feel good, you don't eat perhaps. But camel milk is the full food you need. So if you drink camel milk, but also the camel milk helps you to have your body react better on the chemicals. So you don't get sick, you don't get the reaction a lot of people get. So I drank my milk every day and I went for my chemo treatment, and I felt terrible with all the injections they put in your IV to feel better. I felt terrible with that, and I told them that, I cannot have those. So I asked the doctor, do you mind to take this out and that out? Because I had reaction. I felt my body, when it came in my blood, I had a reaction. He said, we can try. And I felt great. I was much better. I had the chemo and my milk, and I felt much better. And I think really later by one professor, he did a research in this, and he says that the camel milk actually helps your body to recover and to have the strength to take the chemo in a better way. So that's what happened to me. So yeah, my camels were important because they also gave me the milk I needed, and I brought every time milk with me and drank it, and I came back and there was milk in my fridge ready to keep going till I was going back to London for my treatment. They found me much stronger than the most people because of the milk, I think. Well, they asked me to bring milk for research, and they are researching it. And it's starting to get proven that camel milk is very, very helpful. It's also seen as an anti-cancerous product because it has such high antioxidants, much higher than the normal milks. Camel milk is like mother's milk. It's very close to mother's milk. So when you drink it, it doesn't curdle in your stomach like cow's milk does. Cow has six stomachs, so we react very bad on cow's milk. Camel's milk, when it passes through our stomach, it actually starts working on us. When you drink camel's milk for healing purposes, you cannot have any cow products because you can only use camel milk. Camel milk is really a power milk, it's a superfood. It's called the white oil. So you have the black oil, the petrol, and you have the white, it's the camel milk. Camel milk is high in vitamin C. It helps autism, helps the diabetes. It helps to clean your body and heal. So that's how powerful it is. I have been supporting several families, Indian families with autistic kids. And when they drink camel milk, they quiet down, they open up, they get more relaxed, they sleep better and listen better. So it is really, really important.
Camels have a huge potential in the modern world as it's believed to cure many diseases